Hey YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to the Dice Fire Toy Review. Today we're going to be taking a look at one Penguin Club toy in this video. But just to let you know, of course, tomorrow's of course the 19th of September, which means that tomorrow, as a respect of course to our beloved Majesty the Queen, who sadly passed away last week on the 8th of September, I think it was Thursday of last week of course. As sad as it sounds, instead of 11 AM, which is also the same time in which the Queen's funeral is actually taking place, that is of course a bank holiday Monday, which I would have never expected that to happen, of course. With that being said, come 12 PM, that will be the time that I'll be doing toy reviews, because of course I'll be postponing that sort of date, time arrangement from 11 AM to kind of, let's just say, a shy of 12 PM into the way I do toy reviews. So of course, I won't be doing toy reviews on the 11th hour on the 19th day of this month, because, you know, as I just said before, the Queen has sadly passed away. But anyways, let me just go ahead and grab the webcam. I will still be doing toy reviews. And actually, I've got a couple of things I might probably say in this video here. So, of course, yes, this train here is going quite sprightly, but not as sprightly, oh, pardon me, as what it used to be, because, well, its battery has gone a bit, you know, almost out of juice, but nevertheless, as I'm using this camera, as I was making this toy review, my camera seems to play up a lot though, so I don't know what I might do in this toy review, so it's going to be very difficult for me to basically create a very good toy review, because my webcam tends to play a lot, because the wires tend to be very, very, you know, sort of not really good. I kind of think that the wires are not really that, you know, obviously it tends to basically get frozen all the time on the screen, and that actually might be the wires that might be playing up with this thing. But yes, I've got a great big amount of Penguin Club and WaterBird toys. So yes, I've got 3 WaterBird toys and 1 new Penguin Club toy. But I've also thrown in an old Penguin Club toy that I did back then on Saturday, which was like a, you know, an homage to Queen Elizabeth II. And of course, yes, most importantly, if I grab this, it's basically a Penguin Club toy, which is in the theme of Queen Elizabeth II. But most importantly, when I added something from the crowns section here, it says mix and matchable to all penguins. So finally, I've rectified by implementing this little bit of information stating that there are some crowns and you've got penguins involved to basically be part of a play around thing. And I think adding this mix and match information here on the packaging makes it so much better, you know, than anything else. And of course, yes, in terms of Penguin Club World, look, I know it's getting really popular, but here you go. This is the Flipper Origami Penguin Club World African Safari Penguins with Predator Animal Meat Lure and Carrion Attraction 12-pack, which costs about £14 to £13.99, and there is the back of the packaging, which looks like that. You know, my webcam tends to be very, you know, different in the way it works. But most importantly, whenever I look at this packaging, of course, is apart from a lion chasing 2 penguins while going on safari, whereas this orangey reddish penguin looks like he's carrying some bait for the lion though. Maybe it could be beef, ham or chicken, I don't know. But most importantly, we've got this top right corner information here. It says you can mix and match the safari hat from one penguin to another one. You know, that's what this product is literally all about. That is pretty much the most significant piece of information that should be implemented to all of those products which come from the same range. But actually, also in Penguin Club World, in terms of the way I make products these days, sadly I think this theme is actually going to be declining because of the bank holiday money in, you know, next week of Monday. So that might probably hamper the rapid production of these products. Basically, I've got to keep on checking why am I so concerned about, you know, myself making a lot of those, but then come towards like tonight of this week on Sunday, and also like, you know, tomorrow until like Tuesday morning, the production of this toy range here is starting to decline. Maybe it's because of the loss of interest, or maybe it could be something else, I don't know. But of course, yes, what I might do, instead of reviewing on this section here, because I do know that this webcam tends to fail easily, I might as well start doing my toy review on the bed here. I've got those bird books here. I might probably take a look at those in another video. Now, I was going to be taking a look at those bird books on Saturday, but then when I did the Penguin Club toy, trying strangely enough, no, I didn't do it, of course. And the weather outside is actually not that bad, actually, if I just move the blanket away, of course. I just can't believe on how beautiful the day is outside, even though we're coming up towards winter time. And yes, the season that we're literally in is autumn time. We've got about 3 more days to at least around the equinox, which will be on the 21st or 22nd. That'll be 3 or 4 days time. Apart from a collapsed Optimus Prime truck, it's so nice outside. You might think it's a lovely, beautiful summer's day. Well, unfortunately, it actually is autumn at the moment though, because obviously the leaves have just turned into a brownish, reddish, orangey colour at the moment though, because, well, we're literally changing seasons. And I mean, whenever I start to talk about seasons, despite my Australian accent, mind you, I live in the Northern Hemisphere, so it really doesn't matter unless if I live in Australia, which I presume will be spring of 2022. But let me just go ahead and show you what this product is. This African Safari Penguins with Predator Animal Meat Lure and Carrion Attraction 12-pack. In terms of artwork, we've also got like a wild dog here, or a painted dog, which for some reason, I'll go ahead and pack this product out at the come. Hopefully the camera doesn't play out as usual, as I think. So yes, I normally don't often do toy reviews in this room, in this section of my bedroom here, but there you go. This is what I'll be doing because my camera is actually playing up at the moment, even when I'm filming next towards the trains. And also to throw in, I've got 3 WaterBird toys to basically take a look at later on in this video. So I'll delve into those 3 later on. But let me just take a look at the animals I've got though. We might take a look at this one here. This is a wild dog or a painted dog from Africa. Of course, yes, don't get confused with ordinary dogs which are derived from wolves. This one here is a very different sort of canine species. I don't want to fidget the camera too much because obviously the camera is going to play up a lot though. If I just bring this one here, not towards the books because I might get some kind of copyright infringement issue, as many people are like. So yes, this is the African wild dog. It looks quite nice. I might probably start to think it's a little dark. But there you go, this is an African wild dog. And it's got those very cool looking patterns of like a golden sort of ochre kind of yellowy, browny, muddy browny and white patterns around its fur. Mind you, it looks pretty cool indeed to me. It looks like a hyena, doesn't it? Mind you, in The Lion King, these guys would have originally became those guys, but strangely enough, they became hyenas. Let's take a look at the lion next, because the lion looks quite interesting to look at. Now, it doesn't look too bad, in a sense. In the way that this lion has been rendered, it looks pretty nice. I might make more and more lion-themed products. Maybe it's because I might have a very huge inspiration of blessing the rains down in Africa, but it's quite impressive, doesn't it? Yeah, I wouldn't have thought I'd be making African themed products. We've also got 2 pieces of meat. If I bring in, I think there was 2 of those here, right? We've got rogue penguins along the way here. We've got 2 of those pieces of meat which look like beef or ham or chicken. I don't know, that looks kind of strange seeing those. Very strange. Looks like, it actually reminds me of something out of the Flintstones whenever I think of pieces of meat. And then you've also got some safari penguins in different colours, and if I bring them a little bit, you know, a little bit nearer, they look pretty interesting to look at. We've got like a greenish penguin here. I'm not sure on how the camera is basically correlating to what colour I'm actually got on my hands. This is a green penguin. Okay, and we've also got some safari hats as well. And along with the safari hats, I've also got a pink penguin. Obviously, it's quite amazing that this one's got a very strange looking floppy beak. But yeah, so I've got some penguins in different colours. This is a pink one, of course. Hopefully it's a female and a she. And we've got some safari hats. We've got one with a brown line. One which is green, which looks like some kind of soldier hat. And then we've also got 2 of those plain safari hats, which for some reason they look a bit lightish yellow. Maybe like a almost khaki colour. And then you've also got like an orangey reddish penguin there, which looks kind of interesting. Quite a very interesting looking penguin. Colorization here almost looks like red, but it actually is orange. If I go a bit closely, it actually looks more like orange than red. Although you might probably have a big heated debate about this. Sorry for the pun, because it's just the colour of the penguin I've got. And then last but not least, the ordinary classic black penguin. You know, how unobvious if you would ever, or should I say, never have ever seen a black penguin. Mind you, I have seen brown penguins before, so not all penguins are black and white. There are, of course, yellow penguins here, albino penguins, white penguins, yellow penguins, any other colour of penguin will do the job. It's alright, of course. And yes, it looks fairly nice indeed, so it's pretty nice indeed to have a black penguin on the ring here. Looks pretty nice, eh? It's pretty interesting seeing 4 different colours of penguins out in a safari adventure in Africa. Of course, this is actually quite impressive. Mind you, I should actually do a lot more African themed products, you know, throughout the rest of this latter part of the month, or the latter part of the year, because obviously, you know, back then, of course, I remember back then in 2019 and 2020, I did a lot of African themed products. And a lot of African themed products, I do advent calendars, so that's also another coincidence. But hey, let me just move on to another that product. Of course, I'm a bit too lazy to basically attach these safari hats, because I'm going to move on straight forward into some WaterBirds. Let's take a look at this one here first. This one's a flitter origami. South African swimming coastal gulls, foraging, feeding, frenzy. Actually, it's called a mixed prey feeding frenzy 12-pack, which costs about at the same price as that safari penguin set. There you go, that is the back of the packaging, which looks like that. And we've actually got some crabs involved, and a new species of gull, which I don't know what species it is. And we've also got a very small looking background kelp gull at the back, which looks like it's approaching towards a giant. That's a very weird looking crab, eh? That is very strange. I would have never thought, I'll be designing crabs like that. To me, it looks like an African blue swimming crab. Actually, I've read it on the back of the packaging, eh? I thought it was some kind of blue swimming crab somewhere in Australia, possibly somewhere in East Asia. You know, possibly somewhere in Asia, actually. Not just East Asia and Southeast Asia and South Asia. It's just everything Asia, I guess. But hey, we'll take a look at what these crabs are like. We've got 2 of those. It looks like we've got a very strange looking design here, eh? They look kind of, they're not really the blandest designs, but at least they look quite nice. Maybe I might be working on a crab themed product with penguins. How about that one, eh? Wouldn't that be great, wouldn't it? Alright, and we've also got like, are these sardines? They're meant to be sardines, aren't they, eh? And my crikey, I wouldn't have ever thought that, hey, I'll be making products about sardines. Basically, I've got to keep on checking why so often I've been making a lot of like products based on various critters in the ocean. And then we've also got a couple of squid, which look like that. Now, I would have never thought that, hey, I'll be making products about squids. They look pretty nice. You know, the one other creature what I would love to make, you know, to make something really nice, one other creature I might probably make, you know, something really nice would probably be a shark, to be honest. I would probably make a shark. You know, a theme, you know, a shark theme playset there, eh? Or a toy. Basically, I've got to keep on checking why so often I've been this quite, you know, specific in various animals I make. You know, after seeing real ones, I just make replicas of them. There you go. This is a kelp gull, looking very similar to a great blackback gull and a lesser blackback gull, but nevertheless, they look pretty nice. They are found in all parts of the southern hemisphere, be it the coast of Brazil, or the coast of South Africa, or maybe at the coasts of Australia and New Zealand, or maybe in several islands across the Antarctic Peninsula and the area that they reside in. And as lazy as it sounds, I haven't pretty much brought down the tea mug after finishing my cup of tea. And this one here, that's a very unusual species of gull. Now, when I first saw this, I thought it was a silver gull from Australia, by the looks of it there. But to be honest, this one isn't really a silver gull, because actually, this guy here is called a Heartlob's gull, or king gull. And if I actually bring my Birds of South Africa book to prove to you that this is a Heartlob's gull, if I just turn it to, which bird am I going to be looking at there, eh? Okay, so it's meant to be this species here, the Heartlob's gull, which is actually this guy here, mainly found in the western coast of South Africa. It's mainly this guy here, which is meant to be that one there. It's got like a pale grey hood. I never knew they actually got like a pale grey hood. I thought they wouldn't have, but as strange as it sounds, they do, which is kind of weird. Apart from the Heartlob's gull, we've also got like the much more larger grey-headed gull, which in a sense, to be honest, I think the Heartlob's gull is a little bit more smaller than the grey-headed gull. And if I bring in this one here, this grey-headed gull, that to me is a lot more larger in size compared to the Heartlob's gull, even though they're about the same size and they belong into the same genus as the European and Asian black-headed gulls. You actually get some of them do turn up in Africa and in North America, of course, but those are the grey-headed gulls I'm handling here. They're a totally different species. They're mainly found in like South America and Africa. Yes, they look pretty nice. And these guys look totally awesome indeed. Not gonna lie, the way they look still quite amazing. And of course, yes, I might as well put those gulls back to where they were. And I might take a look at another bird which looks pretty similar to another bird which I've actually have, which I always see a lot though. I do see a lot of black-headed gulls and common Eurasian coots. But we're going to be taking a look at a very different species of coot, which looks very similar to a Eurasian coot, common Eurasian coot. It's this one here. It's the Origami swimming red-knobbed coot and hair-like pondweed eradication 5-pack, which costs about £6.99 or £7. There is the back of the packaging, and there's this disclaimer here. It says, disclaimer, they can be confused with the similar common Eurasian coots in appearance standards, despite the visible red linear knobs. When I'm talking of linear, those knobs aren't really linear. Let me just go ahead and unpack them, but we'll start to see what detailed madness is going to be all about. In fact, there's not much components in this set here. It would have been suited for a much more smaller piece of packaging. Alright, so we've got the red knobbed coots, and as notable as it sounds, you can clearly see the red knob right over there on the head there. If I just bring the camera in right in front of that pesky duvet covering, actually it's a bed sheet, sorry, but it looks a bit, it's kind of interesting. There you go, there's the red knob on its head though, right where the white shield is, and just the whole body is actually pretty much an entirety of black. In fact, the whole body is inundated with black. In terms of detailing, it is quite amazing that Flip Up is seeing a myriad of different bird species, which is actually very nice to know, and also different animal species as well too. And then we've also got the other red-knobbed coot, which once again, there you go, there is the knob of the coot here. It looks very different to that of the Eurasian common coot, or common Eurasian coot, we're going to call it. But this is the red-knobbed coot. This one here looks a bit less pronounced in terms of the red knob, and if I show you, it's not really that clear compared to this one here. This one's a lot more clearer. You can see the red knob there. Almost looks like it's got a bit of blood on top of the shield of its head, which is kind of a bit gruesomely weird. But there you go, there was the name, red-knobbed coot. Now, of course, yes, I'll probably say that these guys I found in southern Spain, all the way down to Africa, and that's what these guys are meant to be found in. Quite an amazing species. Well, unlike the common Eurasian coots that you find in Europe, I'd probably guess like Asia and also Australia as well, they're not really the kind of bird that normally goes on towards like, human foods and scraps, as in bread, I guess, so which is quite different actually, as sad as it sounds, to what our actual common coots are like. But nevertheless, these guys look quite amazing, which is a nice treat to have. Red-knobbed coots. Sadly, I don't think I'll be making too many of those because I've got a plentiful amount of common Eurasian coots, and my hands are going to be so dry after unpacking so many products around here, which is just absolutely, weird, and also a bit, cringy in a sense, because when my hands itch, that's not a good sign, and my hands are going a bit dry, or I can feel the cringe. I just feel like I can feel the cringe and pain from my hands and such. But anyways, what I will do is I might show you the last product in this tool review before I should basically take a break in this tool review, or today actually. It's this product here, and it's called the Origami Swimming Kelp Gull Colonial Fishing Family 12 pack. £13. Ain't 13 quite an unlucky number? Well, there's the back of the packaging, which looks like that. And what's surprising is that we've got some Kelp Gull eggs and Kelp Gull chicks. Pretty nice, and I think I've made a very similar set like this before. Maybe it was like a Herring Gull Colonial product. And the one other Colonial themed product I did was a Flip-Flap Origami British Wild Collection Flapping Birds Lesser Blackback Gull nest set. I think I remember doing that, and that was actually quite a very awesome set. But let me just go ahead and unpack this, because that's where all the heavens are going to be like, eh? At they come. Oh yes, we've got some. Oh no, that's weird. This one doesn't have a name. Oh my goodness me, why does this one haven't got a name? This is actually kind of a bit weird, so I might as well just add a name to indicate what species it is. There you go. Happy now? Says the word Kelp Gull. Finally. Not even I could just pull off a very big, flash of just adding details onto it there, eh? There you go. It looks kind of interesting. I might show you the other one there as well. I mean, they do look kind of, obviously identical, but obviously I've seen those before. Why am I not surprised? But let's take a look at the fish. Obviously, the same fish. Yes, I mean, why even bother just looking at the same fish that look like wishy-washy out of Pokemon? I mean, I've seen this many times. Many times. The more I've actually been inundating with, the sight of seeing those guys, I'm totally over it. But most importantly, what's actually quite nice is that apart from the Gull chicks, which in a sense, I don't think I've made a lot of those, but the very nice thing is that apart from the Gull chicks, we've also got like these little eggs, which actually have been nicely detailed, which is actually a very good sign, actually, eh? I might as well probably plonk the eggs. Got like some weird machine. There's a bit of a very weird noise outside. I don't know what noise is it outside, but I thought it could be some kind of helicopter outside, but I might just well take a look at the eggs. But yet again, I might as well have a look at the other egg as well. I'm just getting a bit succumbed by the sounds of various background noises. We might as well put this chick inside this egg, which looks more like a box than an actual egg, but there you go, eh? It's quite amazing. We've got some brown spots which meant to be like actual gull eggs, so you can actually pretend that one of the seagulls has actually started to become pregnant and laid eggs, but there's no nest. To be honest, they would probably nest in grassy areas, I guess, next to islands, I probably presume. Here you go, there's one of the gulls. Has laid the eggs, and then she swims away, or more precisely, oh, why the frick I don't even read words so weirdly. I feel like I'm getting signs of absolute dyslexia. Okay, yeah, so, more realistically, precisely, she would have flown away. That's what I was about to say, without getting too narky and livid in the making of this video. But yes, thank goodness, as I've done with this whole toy review, mind you, this video actually took many takes, because obviously when I was actually doing this toy review, at that section, in where the train set is, that section in which the train set was actually around, the camera carts a lot, which in a sense was very bad. But anyways, I'm so glad that this toy review is done. So anyways, hopefully, if you really have enjoyed this video, of course, please give this video a like. Sorry if I'm sounding very sloppy today, but subscribe for more Flip-Flap videos in the future if you dare say. But as always, thanks so much for watching. And yes, remember that I won't be doing toy reviews at 11 AM tomorrow. And of course, yes, by the 19th of September, it is of course the Queen's funeral. So get ready for a 1 hour shock of a toy review delay. So as always, thanks so much for watching, and bye for now.